Good evening to all of you. So let's start with this session. Now I have picked a few questions, and from now onwards we shall be having different sections. We'll be following this different pattern, the recently changed pattern the cat has announced, and we shall be taking care of these three sections independently. So the pattern has changed now. So the first question is primarily based on confusing usage. It used to come earlier. Last year cat stopped. From past 2 years, I think cat is not giving this particular question. So I think with the very help of yes, Bhavay, Ayush. Now am I audible? Wait a minute. Now am I audible, guys? Okay. Yes, I think. Okay, so I need to keep on clicking this because if it is clicked outside the chat box, then I am not audible. Okay, guys. So in this question particularly, I think the answer choices are very clear. It can probably help us in finding the right answer because we are all in shock/awe. Awe is boys' favorite word. Whenever they look at someone, generally they come up with this awesome man. So with the help of choices, you could have solved this question. So shock is used in negative sense, awe in positive. So the first sentence is positive. So it has to be awe. And whenever we need to change, it's called overhauled. And resulted in the third sentence, culminated is to reach at a peak level. And Gagan, you picked up third option. It is only because of this shock versus awe. So I think now I'm clear about shock versus awe. Very easy question. Sometimes because of, let's say, tension or overconfidence, we get these questions wrong. Otherwise, question was very easy. So nothing to worry about. And fourth question is very so-called away from simplicity because it talks about hardly. After word hardly, the correct conjunction is, the pair is hardly when. So futuristic methods of personal transport such as like sky car, robot cars may become everyday sight by 2050. Always remember that after such we use as. So such as is used for comparison or equate, and like is a preposition. After like we generally have nouns or pronouns straight away, but here such we cannot use such like, either such as or such that. So answer is pretty clear. Answer was 1 in this case. So I just wanted to discuss few like is sound of definitiveness. Like shows resemblance. Whenever we want to compare two things or we want to tell the similarity, we say use like, and like show definitiveness also. And as is it equates the role, shows the role, highlights the role. For example, you're just like your father. So like is fine, and as is you're doing as good as your father used to. So move on to next question. Let's see what I have. So it is about even appropriate summary we have to find out. One or two choices were very tricky, but if you go through this particular question, you will find primarily we are talking about the slavery as far as African continent is concerned. Primarily we are talking about the African cultural values. So it says that scholars often fail to see that music played. So what was your answer, guys? If I am audible, make your choice. Bhavay, are you my last year student? Bhavay Singla, if I am correct. Okay, Bhavay. So music was part of was a crucial part of African cultural legacy. Why not other? Because slavery stripped the slaves of their political and economic system. So this kind of restatement, it is not the main point. In summary, we need to take care of the very important point, the gist, the extract. And music was a cultural part of African cultural legacy is the one which is coming out here. One of the key reasons that African could outlast slavery was their music. There is no mention that because of slavery they were able to survive through this particular hardship hard times. Fourth gone. Second, similar to other tradition, no mention of other tradition. Third gone. So I think the Gagan you picked up, it is not one of the key reasons. Where it is mentioned, it is key reason. So because they could outlast slavery was their music. So there is no mention. It is only paragraph is saying that that was part of their daily life. Let it be birth, death, etc. So the last line says that I'm just moving my cursor here. Moving like in art in general was so inextricably a part of every culture that it became a crucial means of preserving the culture during and after the dislocation of slavery. So fourth has touched only that they could outlast slavery. So it was not because they were able to bear slavery because of that. It was this because of music they were able to preserve their culture. Am I clear, Gagan? So a little bit of here and there. Choice, no doubt, was very close. Okay, now it is about we have to find out the misfit one in this case, and I told you earlier also to find out the misfit one you need to pick up the sentences as per the theme. So here let's see what we have here. So guys, your take on this, what was your answer? So it talks about alchemy, one of the favorite novels written by Paulo Coelho. Third, yep, because it is, yes, Soma, you're absolutely right. Soma, you are a regular student, if I am correct, Soma Bhattacharya. Okay. So I just look at your IDs because your IDs tell me that you are from Chandigarh or not, a student or not. So, yeah, because in the entire we are talking about the sequence. I think second would open the sequence. I think it would appear from many of the writings of the alchemist. This would open that they were so confused and entangled in philosophy they themselves did not really understand the meaning of what they were trying to prove. After second, I think first, second one and four will come. So but on subject of properties, it is not appearance of the essence. So I think no, Ayush, it is not linked. This I told you just for the sake of telling you. Alchemy was it was a technique developed by initially Egyptians. With the help of this technique, they used to convert any metal into gold. We also had this technique of converting anything into gold, any metal into gold, with the help of that Paras stone. In scriptures or mythical tales, you will come across this Paras. The same technique we used to also have. So third is fine, I think. So third is talking about the property, but the subject of the property, it is not on the appearance of the essence that they were voluminous writer. We are not saying about they used to write volumes or not. Our rest we are talking about the confusion, state of confusion rife among alchemists and how they used to mislead public. Third is a little out of track. So therefore 53rd, the answer is third. Now very boring passage in terms of understanding, in terms of subject picked up by the author. The saving in the loan industry made the majority of home loans to average Americans. So how was the passage? Your take, are you able to recall this? So it was about subprime. So author used Bhave left all the passages. Still you are scared of. Don't be scared, Bhave. It's all psychological. Don't worry. you need to work on. So what was your score, Bhave? After you left all the passages, so what was your score? Yes, Gagan, some were quite lengthy. 60. I'm talking about the percentile. Sorry, in verbal section. What was your percentile? Yeah, Bhave, percentile. I'm asking percentile. Okay, 60. So a little problem. Don't worry, we'll sit together and again check out the strategy. But the passage was about that how Americans or the government came up with the idea of giving loans to people, those who were not so credit worthy, and how this so-called derivative uh, home mortgage bonds turned out to be disaster, and how initially they were pushed by the senators. By keeping this in mind, they wanted that every American should possess one home, so called, and how this turned out to be disaster. This policy backfired and got the America into trouble. So passage is about, it's a little technical passage. We should be able to understand loan, mortgage, reverse mortgage, subprime, etc. So we keep on discussing these things in our regular classes, because we discuss topic of the week in our regular classes also, and sometimes editorials also. And while doing MRCs, mastering reading comprehension, in our regular classes, we do take up these subprime and such related terms to any industry primarily, because it has been seen that most of the students are not able to understand RCs because of the simple reason that they are not aware of the terms related to that particular area. So we do have one provision by the help of which we take up this problem challenge and overcome this challenge. So let's now let's look at the question. Let's say what we have picked up. So it says that many years later, after this problem, US was hit by subprime. Subprime are the people or the borrowers, those who are not so credit worthy. Means if they take loan, let's say in a year we have got 12 installments. So generally we expect from subprime lenders, borrowers, that if we get even 6 to 7 installments, then they would be didn't get you this, Gagan. We are discussing, I think, Bullcat 2. So in this particular problem, so somehow that policy backfired, because the housing bubble prices started moving up and most of the people, subprime borrowers, started taking money and buying houses. So the bubble started inflating and it bursted after a couple of, let's say, 1 or 2 or 3 years, and that's how subprime crisis hit America. So it says that based on this could have been done. I picked up this question just to tell you that this could have been done even without reading the passage, but just by reading question statement 55th, we could have answered this question. Let's see. Many years later, the US was hit by subprime crisis. Some loans were made to people against property that was overvalued. Property was overvalued. When the property rates collapsed, the borrowers could not return the money. As a result, the bonds that represented such loans soon become worthless, useless. Based on your understanding of the bond market, all of the following could be said to be the cause of subprime crisis, except. Now we do expect people who are preparing for CAT, they must be aware of few terms related to economics, business, and commerce. But nothing to worry about. This could have been done without even reading the passage. So based on your understanding of the bond market, all of the following could be said the cause of subprime crisis, except. Let's read each choice one by one. So guys, your take, your answer. Soma, you seem to be a complaint girl. Very intelligent. You got this correct. Ayush, unsure. Guru. Okay. Guru cannot be wrong. Anyways. Navneet Soni. Correct. Dipinderjeet Singh. So Dipinder, are you a regular student or online student? I can't see your... Shefali. Yes, so brokers ended up making complicated financial instruments that were not understood by their buyers. So the crisis happened because of borrowers, not because of buyers. Regular. Panchkula 44 or Chandigarh? Dipinder? Okay, let's move ahead. I think you all got this question correct. Could have done Yamunanagar. Okay, so could have done this question even without reading the passage. Rest we can be understood just by applying little common sense. The aim of politician of the US citizen to own their house, though long guarantee, irrespective of their financial standing. So this definitely landed them in big, boiler. Grouping and selling loans of less influential member who did not, again, would support this crisis. And collective greed. Could have done even without reading the passage. 1. Now if you know the word apple pie, otherwise also if you are a good reader, avid reader, if you are an avid reader, could have solved this question even without this question, without reading the passage. The saving and the loan lobbies in Washington invoked democracy, means they tried to recall democracy and they wanted people to have homes. Good evening, Sajid. Rishabh left the session, Rishabh joined the session, so people are playing joining and leaving. So maintenance, equilibrium is quite maintained, one is going, another is coming. So don't worry, life is just, it's about going and coming. So what does apple pie represent in this sentence? So could have done even without reading the passage. If you don't know even this no Shefali, it is not 2, it is not Deepika, it is also not 2. See, apple pie in this context, let's say if you read this passage a little bit, it talks about it, it hasn't, it did not talk about the dish or something, a dish that represents quintessential American food. It is a symbol of motherhood for quality of nurturing associated with it. It is a dessert. First and third gone, strictly gone. 2 and 4 seem to be close option. But second symbol of motherhood for motherhood, so seem to be close, but there is no mention that it is used as a symbol of motherhood, because it talks about home, owning a home, so it has to be fourth. First and third gone, otherwise it is not something to do with dishes. So second and third, there is no mention of motherhood. That motherhood means taking care of, come what may. But these people were initially given loans in spite of they not being so credit worthy, and when this faltered, they were left in lurch by the government. So fourth, because this talk about home and homeliness. Just look at this word where I am moving my cursor, home. Could have a few times you will see home in this passage, and just picked up this choice just by closing your eyes. Would have gotten this question right. So second, third question we are doing without reading the passage. So I don't know why I picked up this question. This is actually your AR question. We'll be moving on to next. Okay, very interesting question. This is, I think, what you people also feel, that when we start eating your brain. By keep on insisting that you should do this, this is like this, this is like this. This is how I think students feel, and we picked up your emotion and framed this question for you guys. When I was child attending the first class of elementary school, there was a kind of teacher who was very fond of us. There was a kind teacher. Gagan, for this you have to ask your teacher who takes your mathematics quant analysis. I'm not into this area, analytical reasoning, no doubt. I take other areas, but right now I'm out of touch with AR. So please ask your mathematics teacher. I think Monica ma'am or Rohit sir takes your quant analysis. So when I was child, very fond of her. So guys, what was your take on this? So did you get this question right at the first place, first attempt, or Abhishek? No. So in this question, the question primarily moves around the tone of the passage. Author says that he was fed up of this teacher readings, the particular teacher he has been is talking, particular teacher reading biographies and motivating students to become like heroines, and you can also do this. If they can, why can't you? You need to increase your confidence, etc., etc. So the last line I'm reading, the exhortation which accompanied these narratives are always the same. Means the encouragement or the talks included the lecture. You too should try to become famous. Why not you like to be famous? Wouldn't you like to be famous? So every time it used to be so. From the passage, it is clear that the tone of the author, the mood of the author is very clear that he was very fed up of, he or she, fed up of this particular style or the idea of motivating students. So the statement of the author which will complete the passage. So see, you need to, while completing the passage, the last line should be conclusion, or it should extend the story. Generally, in my regular classes, I tell my students that if we have already done, guys, if my regular students, if we have already done CR2 para completion, then generally I tell you that either it is the end of the story, or it is the extension of the story. If you want to wind up the story or the passage, you need to pick up the best idea or the major ideas and conclude. And let's say if am I clear? Okay, so if it is to be extended, then we need to focus on okay, yes, yes, most of you are right, but Harushita has asked one question, that from where, which particular area you get this idea that author was fed up. See, the very simple hint is, Harshita, heroines is written under inverted commas. That means her fixed idea was to make us learn hard the lives of famous women, who more especially heroines. So he has written this under comma, he or she, the author. So there means they were not so called so famous or so heroines as per the author, but they were the teacher used to tell them, highlight them in this way. Am I clear, Harshita? You asked this word. Most of you are already correct. Yes, Harshita, you asked this question. Am I audible? And sorry, Harushita, ni Harushit, Harsohit. Okay. Got your name. So I'm not Sid. Sid is Ranveer. Okay. And since since these were so numerous, second numerous. Exhortation is when you try to compel somebody to do something. Another word, just joking, Harsohit. So you should also try to, the author will try to come up with a line where he would move away from this idea of telling stories or getting into the books of history in a way that people will, any teacher would again tell the story to the students. So second is the best, guys. So my idea of picking this question was to tell you that three things are very important. When I started with this analysis, a couple of papers at the start, we had these questions, para completion. So one technique is very simple: either you wind up the story or you extend the story. So there is no third option to complete the passage. And while whether you want to complete the wind up the story or extend the story, three things are very important: keywords, tones, and of course the essence of the content. So let's move ahead. Very interesting question. I don't know why people got this wrong. So many of you got this question wrong. So guys, what was your take? The question one, online inquiry also came to me regarding that how come this question the answer cannot be other than this. See, the question, Soma and Bhave, Abhishek, I generally tell you this trick that whenever we come across the word although means the question is based on just type the word, the trick we have to teach you in classes. Is it thought reverser or thought extender? Soma, Abhishek, those who are my regular students, they must be aware of this. These two words, these two tricks, thought extender and thought reverser. Yes, Deepika. So, are you a regular student, Deepika? My batch? Yes, reverser, thought reverser. Which batch, Deepika? Okay, at Panchkula. Okay, fine. So, although he claimed, although means in spite of, it shows contrast. Although he claimed not to be dash, we don't know what will come here. That he was not selected for the college team. His friends nevertheless worried that they are typically sanguine. Now, sanguine means cheerfully optimistic, something to do with happiness. Got this word? Gagan, thought reversal and extender is thought extender would be the sentence in which second half or the first half would be extending the thought presented in either. For example, if the blank is at the second place, second half, then if the question is based on thought extender, there are few words I'll not be able to explain right now, but are the sentences where the second half would be extending the thought presented, and the thought reverser sentences, one of the keywords is although, in which the second half would be opposite to the first half in terms of polarity. In the first half it is something positive stated, in the then second half would be having something negative. So probably I'll be taking up this reversal and Gagan, are you a regular student? If you are regular, then probably you can contact me. Which particular station? Which particular center? Chandigarh, Panchkula, again Yamunanagar. And so Vikas sir would be coming to you, or Kripika ma'am would be coming to you on Saturdays or Sundays. So please ask them about thought reverser and thought extender. Am I clear? Yeah, Vikas sir, or you will find Kripika ma'am. So guys, what was your take? So sanguine means typically cheerfully optimistic. So the context goes like this: although he claimed that he was not at all affected by that he being not selected or rejected by the committee not to be included in college team, his friend nevertheless, but his friends thought reversed, and that they knew that their so-called cheerfully optimistic friend was not a verb, they was worried. Although he claimed that he was not worried, but friends noted that he was worried. So it has to be first, in the first blank, impervious means which cannot be penetrated, dispirited means distressed, unconcerned. In first blank, either impervious could have come, dispirited means dejected, demotivated, distressed could have come. But in second half, second blank, the only word, the best word is unhappy. Should go against sanguine. Am I clear, guys? Because people are not aware of this very fact that it is written here not. That his friend was not entirely. Not entirely means we wanted here the word to be happy. Typically worried that their sanguine was not entirely unhappy means was not entirely unhappy. So there is no problem with the dispirited. It cannot be unperturbed at the second in the second blank, Gagan. This spirit is fine. In the second blank we cannot have unperturbed. So it has to be unhappy, because we need to go with sanguine. Very interesting question. You could have done few questions just by using your general knowledge. It is about Wizard of Magic of OZ or Wizard of OZ, and it talks about, the passage talks about one movie, Star Wars movies, etc., where the characters were prominently males. And here Wizard of OZ, that author highlights that the character was primarily females. So let's look at the question. According to the author, what is the primary difference between Star Wars and Wizard of OZ? I have already explained this. The primary difference was all the main actors in Star Wars were male, and in Wizard of OZ they were primarily females. Let me check the absence of female in Star Wars. I think there was one female he has mentioned. Yes, Gagan. I think there is one lady mentioned in the Star Wars movies, so we cannot say absence of females. There is one more movie. Okay, in this particularly, if you so did you see this movie, Kangana Ranaut, this queen? So primarily she's doing fine nowadays, and primarily female lead movie. So could have answered this. Now we are moving on to the slide number 16, and it is about parajumbles. I think that this is 20. This is Bullcat 2, and I think we already have taken 22 or 23 mocks. I hope that have you started getting these parajumbles correct? Don't expect accuracy to be 100%. Let's say if you are you getting 60-70% accuracy in parajumble, guys? Those who are attending these sessions, right from Namit, Rishiv, Rishi, Soma, Bhavay, Gagan. So practice a lot. It is not necessary that we should get every time we should get all the questions correct. This is not mathematics. This is language, and language is primarily reflection. It is not concrete. It is not even abstract. It is primarily reflection. So there is huge difference between mathematics and English. Do not compare this with your DI quant. You need to be sensitive. You need to be mature. You need to reflect a lot and read a lot. Just mere reading will not serve the purpose. It has to be reflective reading also. Means whenever you read anything in English, it should affect you also. Okay, guys. So opener in this case would be we have been given yes, Rishi. If it is if you are damn confident about the order, then probably you should. Definitely, this is I'm taking, since choices are with us, that's why I'm taking the help of choices. Otherwise, even in our class exercises, in our regular batches, we do have exercises where we do not pick up, we have deleted the choices, and we make the students learn how to solve the question without choices. Yes, Rishi. So, are you a regular student or online student? If you are an online student, then go to verb 2. So do you get books from our side, Rishi? So online, you're just online test series student or only test series? Okay. And then probably you'll not get the books. But in our regular classroom books, we have got these exercises in place. And that too from the last so many years, and this time we have changed our exercises entirely. You talk about RCs, you talk about anything. Now we have started subjective questions. But let's see, if you are confident, then should type. Otherwise, there's no point. So opener in this case would be, yes guys, E. Yes, very interesting question. I think question was very simple. If you are able to track opener, E is an opener, and a very funny question at the same time. When I read this first, so again I also smiled, laughed a little. And B would conclude the sequence. Their answer is, I think, second. I think you all got this correct. So nothing to worry about. Let's move ahead. Okay, now let's talk about the grammar based questions. So how you are doing, how you are faring in grammar section, guys? So I told you last time also that till now you have taken 24-25 tests. Take the printout and revise the grammar. Believe me, this is my 100% observation, proven thing, that after solving all these questions we come across in our papers, along with the theory we teach you in classes, your grammar will improve for sure. Deepika, make sure that you solve all these questions. Take the printout and solve the entire paper. Solve the entire paper and keep on revising the stuff till you take the real exam. So make sure that you revise. So from next time onward, I should not see this that you have all of you have left this these grammar questions. So make sure that you solve all these questions. Out of 3 questions given, I think we'll be able to solve 1 or 2. Sufficient, fair enough. Who says that you have to solve all the 3 questions? And we have to pick up the grammatically correct sentences. Just let us try. E is wrong. What is the problem with E? It is a lesson that might have helped Coca-Cola and the Mattel, Leo Mattel toys. E is wrong. Yes, it is. Yeah, it has to be. It is a lesson, not it's. It's a possessive pronoun. E is gone. So answer cannot be second. Answer cannot be third. Answer cannot be fourth. Just by looking at this choice, could have done this very simple question. Yes, Deepika and other people, those who leave grammar, so you can see yourself just by picking up this question, E wrong, could have solved this question. So do you think that tracking its versus its is very difficult, guys? So it is not always that sometimes we are scared of any particular subject, and when we try actually solve the question, we'll find that questions to be very simple and can be solved easily just by picking up few fundamentals. Rest of the problem, E is gone, so answer is very clear. A and B are correct. That means C is wrong. What is the problem with C? It has to be yes, helps. Attention to the skills required for senior management along with the educational system. That now educational system is the subject for this verb helps, so it has to be helps. So this is also gone. And in C, we needed colon. Colon is used whenever we are talking about the list. In place of semicolon, we need colon. What is semicolon? People are not even aware of. This is semicolon. 1 dot with comma and 2 dots is called colon. Colon is used to represent list. We do have this class exercise question. Question number 19 of grammar class exercise 1. Okay, C is so A and B were correct. I picked up this question just to tell you that with the help of E only, we could have rejected all the choices, and to track E, mistake in E is very simple. Okay, Gagan, semicolon is used whenever we join two independent clauses, sentences Independent means complete. They can stand alone. We can use full stop in place semicolon, but semicolon is to use to join two independent yet correlated sentences. For example, Ram and Shyam are friends. Semicolon, they are working with Infosys. Could have used full stop even. Am I clear, Gagan? So it is about medical process treatment. You're talking about the 5-star hospital in this passage. Again, little boring passage from reading point of view, but where he has picked a very interesting problem, that how come patients are confused by the so-called hi-fi hospitals by keeping very ultra advanced machinery, and by making the system so sophisticated and so complicated that patients end up paying more and getting less benefit. So he has, Namit, your question is, there were too many RCs in the says how many RCs expect an actual cat. So probably again, Namit, we are guessing that you should not exceed, the number should not go beyond 4, and probably the numbers also, the number of RC questions would also be 16, but it will not be exceeding 4. We are just trying few combination permutation in case, let's say, if we keep on solving 4 RC paper, let's say in case we come across 5th RC, so because the pattern has changed, so why not to try a few combinations. So I picked up this RC to tell you that if you know the meaning of the word lean thinking. So lean means lean, if I say the person is very lean and thin means not fatty, not rotten. So lean diet, he's right on lean diet, means not eating much. Harsh, you're telling this, you picked up this option number 3, keeping someone very close and very beautiful in your mind. I'm afraid that answer 3rd is wrong, but I suppose that this has reminded you one very beautiful person. Okay, just joking, but we should all always have a happiness. Do you have happiness in your life, Harsh? Do you have any motivation? Yes. So Harsh, is she local or from outside? Okay. Enjoy your life. So lean means lean diet. He's right on lean diet. Lean means very lean car, means will consume less and give more. So lean would refer to reduce waste. Central philosophy of the lean thinking is that we should not unnecessarily complicate the process, so that patients also and the people who are in charge of operating this system are also tense and stressed. So even without reading the passage, this is the 4th or 5th question we are doing even without reading the passage, if you know the meaning of lean thinking. Very simple question, I think, and I'm surprised to see, shocked to see that most of the students even got this question wrong. I think if I read this question with my eyes closed, I can easily pick up that, okay, Gagan, you got this correct. So the odd one was 1. Soma, correct, you cannot be wrong. Soma, you are born genius. So first is rest is talking about some new software system has come into the place and companies are installing, etc, etc. It will not add nothing. So 2, 3, 4 will form one group, and all is not well with information system. This is actually something else, and rest 3 are connected. So I think you all got this correct. No point in discussing this. So you just pick up the, yes, Bhabe, 1, 3, 4, not 1, 3, 4, not 1, 3, 1 is out, odd one out. First, Bhabe, you picked up all is not well with the information system, 1 after this. So there is no connection between 1 and 3, Bhabe. If a new software system comes out that promises to do everything, you can't wait for it operational and functioning. So what is that? All is not well. In third we are praising, we are something expecting good, and in first the sentence is negative. So 1 and 3 cannot be grouped together. Am I clear, Bhavay? You need to understand the gist. Yes, Bhavay, am I clear? Okay. So in this, let's see if you are able to pick up the opener. The question is solved. Let's again try this question. Yes, guys, pick up the opener. Opener can be question also. Just Karan, it is A. If you see, while I already have completed my Parajumble videos, so it would be uploaded in a day or two. Guys, I told you last time, and I have discussed all the tricks to solve Parajumbles. But the first very important thing is that you need to read all the sentences very carefully to understand the story. Then we can think of applying tricks like finding an opener or closure or mandatory pair. See, it is very clear who picked up D after CD. Yes, Soma, you are absolutely right. This C and D are mandatory pair, because in C we have been asked why children are tested so unrelentingly often, because parents want underperforming schools to be identified and tackled. So the answer to this particular why question is in B. So CB forms a mandatory pair if it is done. If you are able to, let's say if you are able to gauge this, the question was solved, and CB forms a mandatory pair. So there's, I think, only one choice. Third choice is there. Nothing to worry about. And A will come after B. National test for logical political response to these wholly reasonable parent demands. D after this, D will come, and where apart from the school do children get the idea of doing well, this and this is crucial. And E will finally conclude. Tanya, you've asked this question. Tanya, are you a regular student, last year student? You have asked this question, should we option? Yes, Tanya, definitely after reading the question, immediately you have, because after reading the question, don't try to form your own sequence, just try to figure out, let's say, were you able to track opener closure? Yes, we should definitely take the options into account, because as soon as we are able to track opener closure or one mandatory pair, and wherever you find this in one of your or two of your options, reject rest of the options and try. And first of all, after reading the questions, the sentences, scan the choices. Sometimes it is already given in the choices, all the choices starting with sentence C. Definitely no need to put your mind to work to find an opener. Yes, definitely we should take help from choices as well. So Tanya, are in my batch or some other batch? Okay, so let's move ahead. Let's see what we have. Okay, very interesting question. About half of the 35,000 known kinds of spiders make webs. What a huge variety. A third of the web weavers make orb webs. So, okay, Tanya, 44. So since most orb weavers belong to either Ananidae or Ulobridae families, very funny names, the origin of the orb web can be determined only by ascertaining or by knowing whether the families are related. Recent analysis of individuals from both the families indicate these families evolved at different ancestors. So we need to summarize this. Summary means we need to again pick up the main points and put them in one or two lines. Absolutely, guys, marvelous. You all are born genius. It is for sure that you'll be able to smash cat this year. Crack is very, very minor word for you people. Answer is 1. Because talking about these two species were different, so it has to be two different occasions. Bhavay, 1 versus 2. We are talking about the evolution weaving. And second is only talking about these spiders, not weaving of orbs. So we need to take into account because passage primarily focuses on orbs. of weavers. Am I clear, Bobby? See, while analyzing the question after we have taken the exam, everything would seem to be very easy, and same these easy questions would be very difficult while taking the exam. This is what life is all about, cat is all about. While facing the challenge seems to be insurmountable, and after we are done with the exam, the challenge seems to be childish. This is what life is all about. Am I right, Guruji? Yes. We want to hear something from Guruji. 1 to 1. Okay. We have saint also, gurus also. Great. Every time we have got spiritual. Pranam, pranam, pranam. Yes. So again, it's about creativity, innovation. Last passage. Let me rush through the question because time is already over. The next teacher is staring at me. So what, according to the article, what role does vision play in innovation leadership? So very difficult passage, and by the time we reach here, the last leg of the paper, we are already exhausted, tired, and sloppy, sleepy, and confused. Even I have seen that sometimes you're not able to attend simple questions. Yes, yes, guys. Answer to this was, I told you that whenever you sit for this analysis, these sessions, make sure that you come prepared with at least RCs, because it is not easy for me to read the entire RC. Fourth seemed to be, I think, as per the understanding, it seems to be fine. Yes, answer is Gagan. It's absolutely fine. Okay. No. So guys, what is the answer here? It is option 1, Gagan, not 4. I was saying this, and that 4 seems to be an inference based on this far-fetched that too. It is 1. A socially responsible cultural orientation meditates the relationship between leadership vision and organizational support for innovation. So we need to read the passage. Nothing to worry about. You'll find this in, I think, 2nd or 3rd paragraph. Shefali, how do you know about this? Who told you that? Who recommended you for it? Sorry. No, Shefali, no need to solve easy level papers. And how your teachers knew about this? Are you? You are from Yamuna Nagar. Rishi, you are my regular student. Rishi Batra. Okay, Shefali Patiala, Rishi, you are from. Then are you from Dubai? Online test series. Yeah, so are you understanding the things from the book? Okay, you are from Aurangabad, Maharashtra. So Rishi, Shefali, are you getting understanding? So there would, if you want any help regarding any question because of anything, you can directly write mail, or my mail ID is there in my book. And for any doubt or something, you can write to me. Am I clear, guys? Bye-bye. Don't worry, we have got ample time. I'll give you tips. So the time has come to wind up the session, guys. So take your time, chillax. Weather here in Chandigarh is quite good, but I'm hoping that at your area place also the weather would be very fine. Gagan, yes, immediately come up with your question. Yes, Gagan, just type. One sir passes out from IIM Calcutta to take special session. I asked him, I'm having problem with vocab learning. He said left them. Same in Yamuna. Okay, guys. So one that's I think that you're talking about Atul sir, who came to your centers few days back and took sessions. So right now don't worry about the vocabulary, but we do have certain tricks probably in my next session. Let's see if you attend. Just remind me of this particular problem and I'll give you tips from my side. Don't worry, chillax. Am I clear, guys? The time has come to wind up the session, so don't worry, sleep tight, stay calm, stay focused, be happy. And yes, Harshit, and I think there's God's grace and you have happiness in your life. Still rest are looking here and there. Okay guys, see you. Take your time. Bye.